She slid the envelope across the kitchen island like she was passing the salt. No shaking hands, no guilt, no hesitation. Just a manicured smile and a voice so casual it made my stomach turn. I think this is best for both of us. I stared at the divorce papers while my coffee went cold between my hands. Then she said the part that almost made me laugh. But I still think you should help me out financially. At least until I'm settled. Settled. That was the word she used after 12 years of marriage. After everything I built. After everything I gave her. She wanted to leave me and keep the lifestyle. The house. The car. The cards. The dinners. The man she had already replaced me with. She wanted the freedom of being single with the comfort of my bank account. That was the moment something inside me stopped bleeding and started calculating. The cruel part was, once upon a time, I would have done anything for her. I met Vanessa when I was still clawing my way up. Before the tailored suits, before the investment accounts, before the second property, then the country club invitations. She knew me when I was sleeping for hours a night and eating takeout over spreadsheets. Back then, she used to look at me like I was the safest place in the world. I believed her. I paid for her master's degree, helped launch her boutique, covered every failed rebrand and every expensive reinvention she called self-discovery. When she cried, I fixed it. When she dreamed, I funded it. I thought that was love. Turns out, I was just a very convenient sponsor. The affair didn't begin with lipstick on a collar or some cheap perfume cliché. It began with contempt. Tiny things. Her phone started living face down. She laughed less at my jokes and more at her screen. She started dressing for client meetings. That somehow required silk dresses and heels. Too high for office carpet. She came home smelling like hotel soap and lies. I didn't confront her. Men make mistakes when they confront too early. Instead, I listened. I checked what I had legal access to. Credit card statements, shared cloud backups, toll records, hotel charges disguised as marketing dinners. There were enough breadcrumbs to feed a jury. And then I found him. Ethan, 32, personal trainer, jawline sharp enough to cut glass. The kind of man who takes shirtless selfies in mirrors and captions them with words like discipline. He wasn't just sleeping with my wife. He was spending my money while doing it. Weekend spa bookings, designer sneakers, a watch purchased on my card from a surprise expense. Vanessa said was for vendor deposits. I remember sitting in my office, staring at that receipt, and feeling the last piece of love rot clean off the bone. That's when the planning began. Quietly, precisely, I moved half my liquid assets into protected accounts my attorney had already cleared months earlier. Back when I first smelled smoke, I froze the supplementary cards, removed her access from 3 investment lines she didn't even know existed, changed beneficiaries, updated ownership documents, locked every financial door she thought she still had a key to. Then I hired a forensic accountant and a private investigator, not because I needed proof anymore, because I wanted timing. I wanted everything to land at once. I let her think I was broken. That was the easiest part. I stopped arguing, stopped asking questions, even agreed with a hollow nod that maybe space was healthy. She mistook my silence for weakness. People like Vanessa always do. The real performance happened 2 weeks later at her birthday dinner. She wanted it at the rooftop restaurant downtown. 40 guests, friends, clients, her sister. Ethan introduced to everyone as just someone helping with her fitness brand. I paid for the entire night in advance. Of course I did. Halfway through dessert, Vanessa stood, raised a champagne glass, and thanked everyone for supporting her through this transition. Then she looked at me, soft voice, tilted head, pure theater, and to Daniel, for being mature enough to still take care of me through all this. A few people laughed awkwardly. She thought she had already won. I stood up slowly, adjusted my cuff, and smiled. Actually, I said, that's what I wanted to address. The room went still. I placed a thick envelope beside her champagne flute. Not divorce papers, discovery documents, printed transfers, hotel records, photos, receipts, messages, the peace timeline, the boutique's hidden losses, the funds she'd siphoned into her brand development, account to bankroll Ethan's apartment and lifestyle. Her fingers trembled before she even opened the second page. Ethan went pale first. Vanessa tried to whisper my name like it still belonged to her. I kept going. I've already filed a fraud claim on the business reimbursements. The shared cards are closed. The lease on the Mercedes ends tomorrow. And since your boutique was partially funded through marital assets you misrepresented, my attorney will be seeking recovery. You could hear the city wind against the glass. No one touched their drinks. Then I looked at Ethan. The watch too. Nice choice, by the way. You'll be returning it. His face collapsed. Vanity always dies ugly. Vanessa's didn't collapse. It cracked. That was better. What are you doing? She hissed, her mask finally slipping. I leaned in just enough for only the nearest table to hear me. You wanted a sugar daddy, I said. You should have tried not poisoning the source. She cried after that. Not because she was sorry, because for the first time in her life, Charm didn't buy her an exit. The divorce was fast after that. Cleaner than she deserved. Messier than she expected. Ethan disappeared the moment the money did. Of course he did. Men like him don't stay for love. They stay for access. And Vanessa, last I heard, she was selling designer bags online and blaming me for destroying her life. That part almost made me smile. I didn't destroy her life. I just stopped financing the lies she built with it. And if I'm being honest, that was the most expensive lesson she ever taught me. Worth every cent.